Okay, on the next tab, steps to graph. We're going to open this one up, and we're now going to graph the quadratic. So steps to graph are right up here. The first thing you have to do is determine the what? Vertex. So we already know how to do that. That's when we use this opposite of b over 2a. So let's get started on that part. So here's our new equation. So write down the formula so you remember it. Opposite of b divided by 2a. And I suggested you list your what, and what over to the side. Anybody remember? A, B, and C. Good. So A is that number, B is that number, and C is that number. I'm going to write them up here. My other thing is when you list your A, your B, and your C, don't put an A and a dash, because what's a dash look like? A negative. So you can put an A and an equals, or you can do like I did and just put a colon, but do not put a negative or a dash. The B is 4 and the C is -9. Okay, you actually should be able to, I was just looking at this blank. Can you all tell me what the y-intercept is right off the bat? Which one up here is the y-intercept? -9. So you could put parentheses 0, -9. That one requires no work. All right, opposite of b over 2a. So here we go. Opposite of b, well, b is what? 4. So it's going to say -4 divided by 2 times a. And a is how much? -2. All right, so that makes top is -4. What's 2 times -2? -4. What's -4 divided by -4?
1.
+1. Good. All right, that's only, I like to put this so that I remember where I'm at. That's only the x of the vertex, right? I still need y. If you still need y, then you got to sub x in up here. So y equals -2, parenthesis, 1 squared, plus 4 times 1 minus 9. And if you don't, you have a calculator, so you can do that in your head or with a calculator. If you're doing it in your head, what's 1 squared? 1. What's 1 times -2? -2. What's 4 times 1? And then it says minus 9. So that's what I would have if I'm doing it in my head. -2 plus 4 is 2. What's 2 minus 9? -7. So your vertex is 1, -7. Okay, so let's go over to 1, -7. We know we need to plot that. So over 1, down 7, put a dot. Okay, remember we could put our y-intercept on here, and that could be our next dot, because you know you need another dot for Math Excel. You can't just put a vertex. Putting the y-intercept is fine, but my problem with always relying on the y-intercept is sometimes your y-intercept is off the graph. You can't even see it because it's so big or so small. So because you don't want to always rely on the y-intercept for that reason, let's follow what it says to do up here. We already plotted the vertex, so what does step 3 tell us? From the vertex, go right 1, then up or down your a value. Does that sound familiar? Didn't we do that last time? Yeah, so that's perfect because we already kind of know this. So you go over 1, and what was your a value? -2, so down 2. And then wherever you put that dot, you got to reflect it over your line of symmetry. So now I'm going to go left 1 and down 2. Now I happen, when I go left 1 and down 2, I happen to be on the what special point? The y-intercept, because isn't that where it hits the y-axis? Just happens on this one. It doesn't always happen like that, but that is the y-intercept, so you can check. Was 0, -9 the y-intercept? Yep, and it still is. So that happens to be the dot we're using. All right, so draw in your parabola, and then you got it.